Hey everybody, Aaron here. Welcome back to the anime review. Today we're looking at Violet Evergarden, episode 11. This week's episode made me cry again almost. Came very close. Very close. I mean, last week I cried, you guys know I cried. But this week's episode came very, very close again. I was like, oh my god, this show is killing my emotions. In a good way, though. So our story is something that I was hoping we would see in Violet Evergarden, and I'm very glad to see it in a way, and also because the emotional impact of it also got to me. I was always kind of sad that my wish came true with this week's episode. So we get a request for one of the girls to go up to the north and write a letter for someone named Aiden Fields, I think his name was. And the problem is that the north was apparently their enemy at one point. And while they aren't, on bad terms anymore, there's the war with them hasn't ended yet, because now there's a civil war within the north. And it's causing, I guess, because of any type of war, usually you always have something that happens with people getting, insanely pissed off that they even had to go to war and lost. And so it causes strife in the country and stuff like that. So that's not really uncommon. There's actually a lot of instances in World War II and World War One, and even before that, where you see that happen, where you see small skirmishes battle out in different countries because of, oh, you made us go to war, and look what we lost, and even when something wins, sometimes it happens, but this is not uncommon. So it was kind of cool to see this story be a factor in this. Aiden Field is part of the not to say rebellion, but he's part of like the resistance group of sorts. And during one of the things where they were fighting, he got shot. And what was interesting was Violet was already on her way there. She was in flight with a pilot who was going to lead her to the camp that they were stationed at, and she actually jumped out of the plane when she saw him and landed and beat the crap out of all the soldiers that were surrounding him because they had shot him already, but wanted to make sure he was 100% dead. And she kicked their ass. Like, I mean, Violet's a little bit like OP sometimes. I get that she's a child warrior that's been like raised to be a fighter, but God, man, she moves at like 100 miles per hour. She flies and beats the crap and jumps out of planes like it's nothing. I'm like, I was almost expecting her to do a Terminator where she's going to land on that plane without using a parachute. And I'd be honest with you folks, if that would have happened, I probably would have had a little bit less love for Violet Evergarden, just a little bit, just because of the fact that, Violet is a strong girl, I get that, but at the same time, I don't want her Terminator status, like where she could jump out of a plane and land on the ground without anything, happening to her, because she lost her arms. I mean, she is human, clearly, so I would have been a little bit thing, but luckily they, gave her a semi thing where she had a parachute and landed and then sped like the Flash and beat the crap out of everyone. It's a little ridiculous. The part I really enjoyed though was the story with Aiden, where she rescued him per se, but the thing was that because he was shot too many times already, he was gonna die anyways. So she decided to write him a letter, even though she didn't have her stuff. She pretended like she was writing, and this would help her memorize what he was saying. The first letter was to the mother and father, that he hoped that if they get reincarnated and have a kid again, that he would love to be their son again. I love that line. That was such a beautiful line. And then he wrote a letter to Maria, who was his childhood friend, where they had gotten close, and she liked him, and finally admitted that when they were older. But the problem was that when he also admitted to her too, he was then shipped out for the war, so he couldn't be with her, and he's been ever since away from her, despite having now fully appreciated their love together. And he never even got to kiss her, which was kind of sad. I mean, I like that Violet at least kissed him to give him warmth and to make him feel like he had gotten something, and I thought that was really nice. I thought it was a really sweet and touching scene, like how she was there for him. Violet's character is really just going there, where she is getting so much more human than she was in the beginning, and it's not the repeated nature of what she was, like the robotic nature, which I know a lot of you guys didn't agree with me how I said that it was annoying in the beginning. It was annoying to me. It's just that Violet's character was repeating itself over and over again, and I get that she wasn't she was so war torn inside of her spirit. I get that, trust me. But the thing was that to see it several episodes worth, it was a little like tedious. Like, you already get that she's like that. You don't need to keep showing us that she's like that. It loses the impact, which is why I've liked how they've been doing it recently, where all the incidents so far that Violet's had dealt with already have made her a different person. She's starting to finally understand emotion. She's starting to finally cry when she sees something horrible, and to feel, regretful that she couldn't do more for this person, even though it was a stranger for the most part. It's stunning. It's really cool to see, and I'm loving the show, to be honest with you. It's really been getting a lot better. Anyways, what did you guys think about this week's episode? I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. I didn't think I'd be able to get this review until tonight, but I was lucky that it came out in the first place, so I can give you guys a review for it. probably the one show I probably won't be able to get to, and I'm actually most likely not gonna get to it until tonight or even tomorrow, is Love Is Like After the Rain. I'm gonna try, folks, to get it out tonight. I promise you, but it might not happen. So I do apologize in advance if that doesn't happen. But if it comes out with like the next 2 hours, maybe I'll see what I can do, but don't expect it. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. God bless you all. Like I said before, leave in the comments what you thought about this week's episode. And if you're new to my channel, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and stuff like that. I'll see you guys later. God bless you all. Bye-bye, everyone.